Hi, friends, and welcome to another episode of Life with Martha. I'm your host, Martha. Duh. Where have I been? It honestly was a chaotic month of September. I felt like I was super busy. Actually, I know I was super busy. Like, there is no denying that. So I don't even know where I left off as, like, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know where I left off, but it doesn't matter. I literally have no notes in front of me. And this time I'm being truthful because there is no notebook around me. There is no notebook. We're just talking. We're just going to see how this goes, but just to kind of update you guys on like what I've been doing. But so the end of August, we had a birthday dinner for my brother who turned 19. And normally we try to get together on his birthday. It is usually Labor Day weekend. And so Labor Day weekend actually fell earlier this year because it fell at the end of August and not usually at the beginning of September like it normally does. And his birthday is September 6th. And so this time we actually had a wedding to go to. So Alvaro's cousin, who I've known since elementary school, and such a crazy thing that, you know, sometimes unless they're like your best friends or just, well, no, really, as long like if they are your best friends and you've had them since childhood and you grow up together and you go through middle school and high school and sometimes college, or maybe you go your separate ways in college and then you come back because you've never lost that friendship. Like I personally, and I literally have been trying to make an episode about friendships because I don't have childhood friends like that. I don't have friends that I am like super close with that I've known and grew up with since elementary school. I don't have that. And I think I choose that for a very specific reason, which I've tried making notes on it and it's just so hard, but I also want to make sure that I'm being very clear on what I'm talking about because Alvaro does have friendships where he's had those friends around since I want to say like the latest is middle school. I'm not entirely sure about elementary school, but I know for sure like middle school friends. And now we're in our mid 30s. And so it's just like, I don't have any of those friends that I went to elementary school, middle school, high school with. So, you know, a lot of my friends primarily are ones that I met because of my dog Bailey and her puppies and Alvaro working with Jess and it all worked out the way that it did because Bailey had these puppies and we stayed connected, not just for the dogs, but because we actually like hanging out and it's now more of a family thing than like we consider ourselves. Yeah. Like, yes, Jess is my best friend, hands down is my best friend. And I'm not like Alvaro, yes, best friend. Right. And I love spending time with Alvaro, but I also love hanging out with Jess. Like, it's just like we're family at this point. And we were talking about it after we lost Bailey and then one of Bailey's pups, Milo, and that was her firstborn, Bailey's. And we were kind of going through like how long have we known each other? Like it really is because of Bailey, like that we've stayed connected for this long. We do talk about how yeah, we kind of see how we would have become friends, but it really, like, at the end of the day, I think it really, and we all agreed that it really came down to Bailey and having puppies. So, which we did not know that she was having puppies. So that was a whole surprise. I don't think I've ever really talked about her story, but I don't think I'm really ready to yet. I don't know what it is with this dang mic. Actually, I know there is a dog named Bane that is literally underneath this blanket next to me that has white fur. I see white fur everywhere. I have lint rollers everywhere around my house. I have one in my car. I have one at work because no matter what, even if I think that I've gotten all the white dog hair off of me, magically Bane is with me. I feel like when he goes, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be able to actually let him go, like with his fur everywhere. Like it's just like, stop, stop shedding. Ugh. Anyways, so yeah, so friendships and I don't know, but I honestly don't know where I was going with this, but you know, hey, whatever. Like it is what it is. Anyways, so, oh, do you want to say hi? Come over here. Come say hi. Come here. Come here. He's literally looking at me like, how dare you ruin my scratch? I'm sorry. Come and say hi. He's such a jerk. Like Bane literally is, you think of a teenager with attitude, that's Bane. He is the perfect example. Like if you're like in what's your dog's personality? And I have to say a teenager because he's snooty tooty all the time, like just rude. He literally looked at me and then said, I'm out of here, and put himself underneath his blanket. Rude. Anyways, so brother's birthday, let's just go back. Brother's birthday. And, oh, I know where I was going with this because I was talking about his cousin's wedding and that I've known him since elementary school and how I don't have friends from elementary school because I'm a loser, but it's fine. It's okay. I don't know. I think as I get older, it's quality versus quantity. Like, I don't need that many friends. I just care about good quality friends that I guess I consider family. So anyway, so on Jason's birthday, it was a wedding event that we went to, which then means that you do have family members that are coming from out of town and also having to visit with them. So I ended up taking Friday off from work and the Monday. The wedding was on Saturday, but we all know that family members who are traveling from out of town don't just come for the wedding and leave the next day. So we kind of spent our time not entertaining, but hanging out and visiting with them, but also like, let's go do this. Oh, you guys want to go do that? Maybe if we have time, we can go do this. It was a lot of just family, which I love. And it was really nice seeing everybody that I haven't seen in a while. I will be honest. I think I know COVID pandemic really ruined a lot of us with socializing. And so I feel like because I was like, I don't want to get sick and I don't want your sickness and I don't want whatever cold you got going on. Like I stopped going around a lot of the family. And so it was very nice to reconnect with individuals. And it's crazy because Alvaro and I have been together since 2008, which means that a lot of his cousins who had children, I mean, they were like less than 5 years old and now they're in their late teens, early 20s. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, wait, how old are you? And like, I remember one of his cousins I absolutely love. She's amazing. I love talking to her every single time. It's such a great time. We laugh. It's just so great. She's actually going to become one of my new snail mail buddies because I was talking about how I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm pen pals with, my sister-in-law and then of course Jess. And I'm like, I haven't forgotten. I do got to write you back. I'm still going to write you back. But she was like, oh my gosh, I used to do that too. And she goes, it's so funny because I remember like I would put like a stick of gum in it. And I was like, I do stickers. Like we do stickers and like all this stuff. She's like, oh my gosh, I would. And I was like, all right. And I do have her address because when we got married in 2017, I got everyone's addresses and I went old school and I have an address book. And so they haven't moved. And so I'm about to send her a letter. And I did tell her, I was like, I will send you a letter. You're not going to know when, obviously, because I'm not going to tell you, oh, I'll do one while I'm on vacation. So I have to send her a letter. So, but we were just talking. All of a sudden her daughter came up and I was like, oh, last time I saw you, you were like entering high school. What happened? She's like, oh, I'm 24 now. I'm like, oh my God, what just happened? What just happened? So, it was like eye-opening of like how time goes by so quickly, and which will lead me into another like a self-reflecting moment that I had while I was on vacation. So immediately after the wedding, hanging out with family, get back to work for work day, like a 4-day work week. That's what I'm trying to say. A 4-day work week before I then go on vacation for our anniversary. Usually we take our like anniversary week, if you will, in the month of September to go and do whatever it is that we want to do. So I don't know, something. And so the whole plan was to have a reset, just a reset of just going through our home, decluttering, just having like this mental reset, also just rest. I just wanted rest. That didn't happen. So guilt is a terrible, terrible friend that I have. And I started to feel guilty that I wasn't going to go and see my grandpa before the winter hits and help him stack wood. So on Thursday, literally the Friday before we were about to leave on vacation, I booked an Airbnb for Lapine, Oregon, and we drove down on Sunday and we left on Thursday. So I spent pretty much my whole vacation and in Lapine and working. So it was like a working vacation, and it was manual labor. It was not, like stacking wood is extremely difficult and exhausting. And when I say difficult, it's because there is a technique to it, especially if you're trying to get as much wood as you can stacked, then there is definitely a technique to it. I've been stacking wood since I was in middle school. And this past time, my grandpa, because normally we have like a wood shed out in the back on the property, and we fill that up with wood. However, my grandpa, I think, is 83 or 84 years old, so he cannot physically like go out in the snow, get the wood, bring it in. Like, he can't do that. So he took the whole back porch and made like 4 rows. He has like 2 pieces of long wood. I don't even know what the length is, you guys. Like, I know it's like a 2x4, but like how long, I don't know. So he has 2 of them each like stacked like this and this. So 4 pieces laying down. And then he has like long 2x4s going out kind of like an angle like this, like kind of like arms. So think of it like here's a line and then it goes here. So the beams that are here are the support as the wood is stacking up. But once you get to the top of it, you're then having to use a technique where you're literally like cross hatching, I guess, like the flat pieces of wood, not round. They have to be flat. So you do like 2 and then you do 2 and then you do 2 in. So then that way it feeds into and then you go back. It's a whole thing. So last time we were there, he showed me that technique because, again, normally we're stacking wood in a woodshed, like a big woodshed, and it's not like that anymore. So this time we stacked 4 rows, like 4 to the ground, from the ground or the bottom of the porch, whatever, all the way to the roof, like stacking wood. It got to the point where I had to have Alvaro help me like stack the top rows because shit was getting in my eyes because I'm like reaching up, I'm looking up. I don't have safety goggles on or glasses, and I'm reaching up little pieces of wood getting in my eye, and it was just like whatever. So first day was 2 huge stacks, again, top to bottom. And then the next day was an even more difficult task because we had no like beams to put the wood on or to stack them, so that way they were leveled up a little bit so you weren't hurting your back. And so my grandpa's like, well, I want 4 of them. I'm like, oh, okay. It was a lot, you guys. It was a lot. So then, and like always so grateful to see my grandpa. I absolutely adore and love him. He can be a little bit sometimes, but he did let us know, like, I really appreciate you guys coming and doing this for me. I know that's not what you want to be doing. And then I got a lecture about how I need to put myself first. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, okay. Easier said than done, buddy, because guess what? I last minutely booked this, I guess like vacation to come see you and help you. And yeah, now I'm getting a lecture about how I need to put myself first, but then you make me feel guilty for not going. Or it's, phone calls. The phone calls are always like this. Oh, I got another load of, wood delivered and I got to go out and split it. And it's getting a little difficult for me to do this. So yeah, naturally, conversations like that make me feel extremely guilty that I'm not there helping him or not going over there enough. But yeah, I'm being lectured that I need to put myself first. So you see where it kind of gets a little, what? Like, okay. Oh, and then I started my monthly, like literally the first day that we were stacking wood. So that was a fun, painful experience. My stomach was killing me. It was fine. It is what it is. So what a great time. On our actual anniversary on the 16th, that was the hard day of stacking wood. So that was a lot of fun. Yep. We did take my brother because I'm like, if he's not working, he's going to be working over there. So we did take him. He had a great time. He really likes going and seeing my grandpa, but also just being out in the country and out of the city life. Like, we're all meant to just be out in the country. Like, we're not meant for the city. And yeah, so it was just really nice getting him away from his gaming because that's all he does is just game all day, all night, all day, all night. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. There's more to life than gaming. Who am I? Who am I to judge? Whatever. It's fine. But also, it's a little difficult to see how he struggles with trying to communicate with individuals in person, face to face, because there is a struggle there. And I feel like anyone who secludes themselves, secludes, is that the right word? Seclude myself. Yeah. So like anyone who just doesn't go out and interacts with real life people, it's so much easier to scream into your headset than it is, you know, to talk to someone face to face and not be yelling, oh, fuck, what the, you know. Anyways, so yeah. Left Thursday, got on the road by 12. It felt like it took forever. We did make a pit stop to a bridge. I think it's called Lowell Bridge. Don't ask me where it's at. It's in the middle on the way between Sandy, Oregon and the mountain. That's all I got for you. Actually, not even Sandy, Oregon, Eugene. So there you go. Look it up. It's like one of those old school bridges where you go through like a building. I don't know. It's old school, but it's not a working bridge like the old part of it. But we did stop there and there was a shit ton of spiders. Let me just tell you that. Oh, I could not get close to the information walls at all. Tons of nasty big black spiders everywhere. I was like, each like panel, it was just like covered. It was disgusting. I was like, so I was filming, I was vlogging, and like it was just too much. Like even getting close, I was just like, the spider's right here. Like the spiders are right here. There was so many. Like I'm not even exaggerating. I do have it on film. I'm not going to go through and put like look at here's a little snippet of it. Like just trust me. There was a lot. Even Alvaro was like, and Jason was just like, this is too much. I felt sick. Like it made me sick to my stomach. I was like, Aragog, where are you? You just got all your babies hanging out here. It was so much. I don't even know what kind of spiders these were, but they were like big, black, big body, like big booty Judies hanging around, long ass legs. I wasn't getting close to see if they had patterns. I was like, God, so many. Oh my God, it was disgusting. Best place to go for Halloween, I guess. But like, oh my God, it was sick. So we spent about 20 minutes there, if that. No, I would say probably 20 minutes. And then we drove home and I felt like it took us 5.5 hours to get home, which in theory it should have only taken us 4. So I don't know what happened, but it just felt so long. By the time we reached probably the Salem area, we started to hit, well, actually we did hit a little bit of traffic, and that was because everyone was, you know, working. And so on a Thursday, everyone's on their way home. And so we were hitting traffic from people going home on their work day. So maybe that's why, but it just felt like it took way too long. I was just like, I'm ready to be home. Took my brother home, you know, visited with my parents. Actually, no, they weren't home. I visited with them on Saturday. So that's what it was. But on Friday, I remember sitting here in this exact same spot. I was sitting here and I had like a full on veg out day. Like I did not brush my teeth. I didn't brush my hair, didn't shower until about 5 p.m. And I was just so exhausted from my week because it was a work vacation. And out of nowhere, it just like hit me that this is my one life. Like, I know I talk about it all the time about how we need to tell the people that we love them, give them hugs. Like, tomorrow's never guaranteed, but like it really hit me. And I was like getting emotional. I think it had to do when I like looked over at our other couch that we have and I saw Bane looking at me, and he was looking at me the way Bailey used to, with like just like, you're the center of my universe. You're like my everything. Like, I don't know. There was just this look, and all of a sudden it just hit me of like, you know, like I'm his one life, and like this is my one life with them and Alvaro. Like it was just crazy. So now I'm all like in my feelings about, you know, like we really have to live for today and not, oh, well, it will come tomorrow. Like we have to live for today. So yeah, I just was like looking at Alvaro and I'm just like, this man that I get to live with and live life with, like, it's just, I get to share that with him. And I don't know. And then it started making me think about like, if we have kids, like, oh my gosh, like, I would be a mom and he would be a dad. Like, dude, I literally sat here for like 30 minutes. My eyes were getting teary eyed. I'm all like, what is happening to me? Like, I literally felt like I was having like also like an outer body experience because I couldn't fathom like what I was thinking. Like, I wasn't processing it. It was just happening in that moment. And I was just like, what is happening? Why am I feeling this way? And like, I know it was because I was tired, but like sometimes you need the exhaustion to make you stop and like really put things in perspective. Like, this is it. Like, what are you living for? You know? And so then it started making me think like, oh my God, like I really want to do my vlogging a little bit more seriously. I really like the whole month of August, and I don't know if I shared this on this, I can't remember, but like the whole month of August, every single day I had my camera in my face, taking y'all on the road with me on my way to work or like on walks or just like sitting on my couch with Alvaro, like watching TV while I'm crocheting, like a little behind the scenes. And so like I have to start editing that footage, but I do take my camera everywhere with me. Like I truly do. Like I have a little plastic bag that carries my camera, it carries my tripod, like all of it, batteries, my external microphones, everything. Like I truly carry that around even to work. Like on my way to work, sometimes I'm recording like how the road looks, what outside looks. Now that we're transitioning into autumn, like it was the first day of autumn, September 22nd, and now the days are getting shorter. And so when I wake up and I'm leaving, like it's darker. It's not hot and sunny. The other day I was like walking and I'm like, holy shit, it's 7:30. Why is it dark outside? And so it like hit me then too. Then I'm like, seasons are changing. And so I don't know, like I really want to take that a little bit more serious. I'm not really ready. Actually, I'm not ready to get like on social media platforms such as like Instagram or Snapchat. Like, yes, my profiles are still out there, but I'm not logging into them. But a part of me is like, maybe I want to. I don't know. I'm like, as much as I don't really like social media and the impact that it has on my mental health, like a part of me also wants to share life a little bit. But I guess that's my YouTube, and that's just going to be my YouTube channel. So Life with Martha, this is where I post my podcast, but also I'm going to be posting like vlog life things with just myself. And then I have my YouTube channel with Alvaro, which I don't know, but I did vlog while we were stacking wood, and I'm going to put that in like a time lapse. And oh my goodness gracious, I know that there's times where I'm like talking into the camera, but like I was rewatching it. I was like, damn, I'm good at stacking wood. Look at that technique, girl. Like, look at that technique. Was I bending at the knees the entire time? No. Was I just like bending at the waist? Yes. And my back was killing me. And I'm like, oh God, Martha, you got to bend your knees. You got to bend the knees when you're working that low. You got to bend the knees. And then just like watching my brother, like I'm like Alvaro just kept, Jason, bend your knees when you're picking up heavy stacks of wood. It's just like, I don't know. It was a great time. I mean, I did have fun listening to the footage. Like it's almost like ASMR. Like you're listening to it and you're like, this is kind of soothing. Like it's like lo-fi in a way. Like, oh, listen, y'all. So on my grandparents' porch, like there's wind chimes, and you can hear the wind chimes going as I'm stacking wood. So it truly is like an ASMR like moment of like sounds and like wind chimes, and it's just like me stacking wood. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, like I don't know. I just started thinking of like, I don't want to work in my mid 50s. Like I'm hoping that Alvaro and I can be retired by then. I mean, reality is I don't want to work when I'm 60. Like bottom line, if I can make it happen, I'm going to make it happen, where we are not going to work into our 60s. I don't want to work that old. Like I don't want to live life to work. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that to be everything. And if I am working, I want it to be something that I'm really passionate about and that I love doing. And yes, I find my current job fulfilling and I don't mind it and it's comfortable. I need a creative outlet, and like podcasting is that for me, but also vlogging is fun and interesting and a little awkward and uncomfortable, but like, hey, it's fine, And then while I had this epiphany of like, holy shit, this is it. like this is it. There's not going to be another Martha in another lifetime. Like, I don't get to be myself in any other situation, like in the next life. And, like once I'm gone, that's it. And like to think about that, sometimes it's like wild. And I know like I do have these moments where I start talking to Alvaro about this shit. And he's just like, that's some really deep thinking and way out of the box, Martha. Like, how do you, and I'm like, I don't know. Just some moments I'm just like, you ever think about that? And he's just like, no, like who? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess my brain works differently. I don't know. Maybe it's the January Capricorn in me where he's just a December Capricorn and he's not that into his feelings. Like, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's always a joke that he's a December Capricorn and I'm a January. So we're the superior Capricorns. Because we're in the new year. We're not in the previous year. Okay. Such a jerk. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. And then I did tell my mom. So I didn't tell Alvaro about how I had that moment of those feelings and like what I was thinking until I was on my drive home. I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, I was just like, yeah, I don't know if I told you this. And he was like, wow, like, no, you didn't. But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we all need to have a moment where we sit back and realize like, this is it, live life to the fullest. Truly. It's, and I kept telling him, I was like, if anyone was to ask me where I would love to travel and where it would be next, I hands down always choose Scotland. I want to so badly. Since I was in middle school, when people would ask me, where would you want to go? Or like anything like that. Or whenever I would talk about traveling, I always wanted to go to Scotland. I still do. And so that's like really high on my list. If I wanted to fly international, like Scotland is it for me. Like, I want to go so badly. I'm meant for the rain. I'm meant to look at the beautiful green hills. I want to see a shepherd shepherding his sheep. I want to see it. I want to see the castles. I want to see the ocean, the water, like whatever. And then I started telling Alvaro, I was like, can you imagine if I walk into a pub and I'm like, oh, I don't drink. And they're like, get the fuck out of here. You can't come into a pub and not be drinking, So I'm like, like Tina says, live or die. Literally, she was like, she said, do or die. Do or die. So Iceland would be really cool. I know Alvaro wants to go to Korea. That'd be amazing. Like, there's just so many things that we want to do. And it's like, how are we going to do those things? I've gone to Orlando 2 times. I can give Orlando a break because I have bigger dreams. I want to not only see the world, like I even told Alvaro, I was like, wouldn't it be fun if like we were able to take a month off work and like do a road trip and not like go through the whole United States, because that would be like a whole year or so, but like map out like certain states that we want to do a road trip on, and then like I don't know, like document our experience. Like, I think that would be really fun. I don't know. Like, I think a lot about like being able to look back on our adventures before Jess and Anthony ever told us about like their YouTube channel and videotaping their experiences, because you can talk about it, but you don't get to relive them unless you get to see them. You know what I mean? And so like the other day I was looking at our Orlando trip and I just remember how much fun it was, but also I get to see my mom. Like, so it's things like that I really start thinking about, and like just really in my feelings. Like, I'm just like, this is it, you guys. This is it. This is the one life we got. Like, you got to make it count, man. You got to make it count. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been at right now. And, but yeah, no, I was just telling Alvaro, I was like, anyone can ask me any day of the week, and hands down, every single time I say I want to go to Scotland, I want to go on a tour and look at the castles and maybe stay in one. Like, I want to so badly. Maybe that's why I respect Drew McIntyre so much in a kilt and in his man underwear. Like, I don't know. Like, I literally say all the time, Drew McIntyre is the only man I respect in his underwear, wrestling. And I know they're not called underwear, okay, you guys? Like, leathery underwear, whatever. Like, I know that's not what they are called, but, like, I call them that because essentially they are underwear. Like, so whatever. Yeah. I don't know. And then I told my mom that, and then she was just like, oh, and then she started telling me that she sometimes thinks about that too, and thinks about how all of her grandparents passed away in their 60s. Her parents didn't even get to 60, and she is 54, 50. Yeah, I think she's 54, 55. And she's 55. Yeah, because she was born in 1970. And yeah, so she's 55. And she's like, I think about it and I probably only have like 10 or 15 years. And I'm just like, Mom, don't think that way. But then also like reality sinks in, and sometimes you have to think that way and you have to live life, Like I know I sound like a, broken record, but like it's true. It is really true. And I think a lot of us don't value that enough, and just kind of say like, I'm doing me, I'm doing what I want to do. Okay, great. But like, is it what you want to do with your one life? And if that's the road and path that you want to take, then so be it. But like, don't bring others down with you if it's going down a slippery slope. Okay. Let me just say that. Do not bring other people down with you. I don't have the time or energy for it. Okay. I think I have just one more thing that I want to talk about, but, yeah, that's, I really just wanted to get on my microphone, turn my camera on and record a podcast and not worry about notes or anything like that. Cause I just really wanted to just talk as if you're talking to a friend, So I just really wanted to hit record and just wing it, because there are moments when you just need to do that. And so I did. And I really just missed doing this. It's just had no time. I literally was not home. Like I literally have not been home. So I even took my podcasting stuff with me in La Pine, and we did not get home every night until about 5. And by the time we got home, we would shower and then we would eat dinner and go to bed and then just wake up the next day and go back to work. So, I'm glad I was outdoors. It was very nice to get a break. And oh my gosh, we saw peacocks in La Pine. Hold on real quick. I have been going to La Pine for like 25 years. Never once have I seen a wild peacock. For some odd reason, in the area that we were in La Pine, there was wild peacocks flying around everywhere. What? Literally, you guys, I have been going there forever, and never once have I ever seen a peacock there in the wild. I've seen them. I've had friends who had farms and had them on their farm. Okay. But like a wild peacock in La Pine, what is happening? In the morning, we literally would see like 2 of them. And I'm like, what are you doing? In the evening times, we would see them too. Like, I don't know. It was a really cool experience. It was fun to just watch them. Like, I'm just like, they're very beautiful birds. They're big birds. I didn't realize when you're that close to them, you don't realize how big they are. They are big. And I'm like, is this thing going to get me? They're beautiful. Like the way they were males. So of course they're beautiful because they got to show off them tail feathers for them ladies. And who are just like, I'm basic. I'm basic. I'm like, that's rude. Anyways, like the males, the way that they have like their eyes, like it's just, they're beautiful birds. And, but just very odd in the desert-ish kind of part of Oregon that there's peacocks out there. I don't know. What else happened? I talked to my mom this morning for an hour and a half. Great conversation, but I was telling her that I'm turning more and more like her as I get older. I now have pet spiders in my home. Cellar spiders. I have talked about them. Keep them around. Keep the cellar spiders around, y'all. Keep them around because they do get rid of all the pests that you do not want. Like the beginning of the week, one of the ones that I have in the corner, I literally say hello to them. I'm like, hello, spiders. Good morning. And then when I don't see them, I'm like, oh no, where'd it go? And then, whatever. There was one little baby cellar spider that was all wrapped up in a web, and there was like this smaller black spider, and I'm like, oh no, you did not just eat my friend. And so I was like, I must avenge him. And I literally killed the black spider. I was like, you don't come in my home and mess with my babies. But I was on the phone with my mom and I was telling her about it, and she goes, oh, I literally text this to Jess and Anthony because this is ridiculous. So my mom goes, I'm giving my spider water. And I go, what? You're watering your spider? She goes, yeah, I'm watering my spider because spiders get very dehydrated. You know that, right? And I'm like, okay, mom. And then she's like, yeah. She goes, oh, he didn't like that. And I go, what'd you do? And she goes, well, I sprayed him a little bit. He is moving. He is angry at me. And she's like, so he ended up moving because, yeah, I mean, if I was sprayed with water and I was just peaceful, but she's insisting that I'm dehydrated, I'm moving too. I do not want to be in this woman's sight. Like, I'm running away too. So I was telling her about my pet spiders and she was just cracking up. And I'm like, yeah, my house is kind of looking like the Haunted Mansion at Disney when you walk in and you have like the spider webs and like all that shit. Like, it's starting to look a little bit like that, but mainly around where my house plants are because they are getting probably water from my plants. But that's where the bugs go. And earlier this week, I was telling her about how I literally said, I go, Mom, I sound like you, where I'm like, oh, my spider caught something. And then she started cracking up. She's like, oh my God. Because that's the shit that she would do. She like, whenever she has her spiders outside, she's like, oh, look, it's about to catch something. Oh, it got something. Wonder what it got. Anyway, so it was a nasty black spider that it was eating. And I'm like, thank you for protecting my home, Cellar Spiders. Thank you so much for protecting my home. But when I saw my little one all wrapped up in a web, I was like, I must avenge my spider. Like, how dare you? How dare you? And so I, got that one. But anyway, so yeah, I'm turning more into my mom. It's not a bad thing, but it can be pros and cons to being like my mom. Very big heart, very giving. Doesn't put herself first. I don't know who else that sounds like. Yeah, we do a lot for others, and I definitely have learned that from my mom. So, but also I am a tad, like a little bit better about, kind of putting myself first in some ways. I still need to book my massages. I'm having a really hard time finding a good masseuse. Okay. And I'm almost tempted to put a pause on my massage membership because they're just sitting there. What I need to do is I need to start taking some friends. Y'all, I got to start taking some friends because I have so many that I can take friends with me and say, yeah, so they're going to use my free one. They'll pay for any upgrades and the tip, but like, they can have my free one. So yeah, I need to start taking my friends, my sisters, my mom. I need to take, because they're going to waste. And every single time I go, the lady that I used to go to isn't there anymore at the location. I'm just kind of like sad about it because I really felt really relaxed. But this last time I went with someone who's been a masseuse since like 1990. Literally, she is older. And no choice, literally did not give me a choice. She's like, full body massage. And I'm like, my back and she's like, well, I like to, and the way she explained it to me made a lot of sense that she starts from the feet and works her way up, doesn't do glutes, but we don't need to be doing glutes. Anyways, so she said she likes to start from the feet and work her way up because of blood circulation. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but also I don't want my feet to touch. Like, don't touch my feet, whatever. So it was fine. But man, some of the spots that she was getting in my upper back and like my right shoulder, painful, but like I felt better I felt more energized after the massage, if I'm being honest. But I was just like, this is not as relaxing as I would like it to be. But not every massage is like that. Like she was telling me, she was just like, a lot of people think that a massage is just relaxing, but in reality, it's to get the blood flow going, the circulation in your legs and your hands and whatever, it throughout your body. It's to work certain areas that need to be adjusted. And like, I don't know, but the way she was like doing everything and explaining everything to me, I was like, okay, I could come back to you. I could come back. She also does cupping, and she gave me like a demonstration of what that would feel like. That shit is fucking painful. Let me just tell you that. She did it on my arm. She was like, oh, here, look, put your arm out. And so I did. She goes, so this is kind of what I do. She's like, I take the cup, and I'm like, what is that? Like, what the, and then she like took it, and then she loosens it up a little bit and then uses that like back and forth on the muscle to like loosen it up. And I'm like, it makes sense, but why does it hurt? It makes sense, but it is a little painful. She goes, I know a lot of people like have it where it literally pulls the toxins out because it's like sitting in one spot, and that's where the bruising comes into play when you have all those, polka dots on your back. And I don't know if I want that, but she was just like, yeah, so if you wanted to do that, I specialize in that too. And she was like telling me all this other stuff and like gave me exercises to do to help loosen up my right side of my back. And I'm just like, no other masseuse has ever told me that other than like, you're going to want to drink lots of water, maybe use a heating pad if your muscles are hurting, but no one has ever showed me stretches. And so I'm like, I do like this lady. Again, it did hurt in some spots, but you know, anyway, so I gotta figure that out. Let me tell you some exciting news, y'all. Let me tell you about it is truly something I never thought I would be doing, but I'm going to WrestleMania. Wait, did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? I said I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm going to WrestleMania, you guys. 2026, April 2026 in Las Vegas. I am going to WrestleMania. What? Yeah, I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm taking Alvaro with me. I'm taking my mom, taking my brother. And I know a lot of people are like, you do a lot for your mom. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. She's my mom. You would do the same for your mother if she did everything for you and everyone else. Ugh, I don't care about, yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So I decided, so I got an email. I was on break on the 23rd. And like tickets went on sale on the 24th. Listen, I know the tickets are really expensive, but I got a pre-sale deal. And I paid probably a quarter or a third of what they're selling for now. Like if that, like I paid nothing compared to what I was about to pay for last year if I wasn't going to Orlando. And I was on break, and so I walk on my breaks, and I was checking my email because sometimes I like to check my email while I'm on break. I just walk in, you know, listening to a podcast, listening to music, and I check my email, and all of a sudden it said WrestleMania pre-sale happening now. So I had my code, I clicked on it, and I'm like, what? Wait. This is for 4 tickets. Like I put 4 people because, you know, my mom has been talking about going to WrestleMania, or like, maybe we should go to WrestleMania, blah, 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 ever since they changed it from wherever it was happening before for 2026. And now, you know, taking it back to Las Vegas. Like, my mom's been talking about it. She's really into it. She's more into wrestling than I am at this point. Like, she brings it up. I don't go out of my way to bring it up, but this woman brings it up all the time. Any chance that she can get, anyone that she knows that likes wrestling, she's bringing it up. Like today, when I got off the phone with her, like she works 12 to 5 today, and we're going to go over there. She literally said, I work with my boss. I can't wait to tell him because he's a huge wrestling fan too. And I get to tell him I'm going to WrestleMania. And I'm like, okay. But my mom kept saying before this past WrestleMania in April, she just kept saying, I'm on the road to WrestleMania. I'm on the road to WrestleMania. And then she, because of her like rewards that she has through whatever credit card or whatever rewards membership she has through Vegas. I don't know, you guys. I don't go to Vegas like that. It's not for me. Like I will go if I'm going for an event. Like this last time I went to Vegas, I think it was in 2022. We went for SummerSlam. I think that's where it was. It has to be 2022. It has to be that year. But that was like the last time I went was in SummerSlam, and we only went because of SummerSlam. Like I'm not trying to go to Vegas any other reason. Like I'm not. It's not for me. I don't gamble. I know there's a lot of sightseeing to do, but like just like everything that's happening, it really isn't my personality. I'm not, you know, it's fine, you know, teach their own. How about that? Let's just say that, because I know some people don't like Disney. I know some people don't like Universal Studios. Like it's not for them. They would rather go to Vegas. Great. Go to Hawaii, go off, you know, whatever. Like we all have our own thing that we like to do, and that's totally fine. It's your one life, and you're going to do what you want to do. Okay. But yeah, my mom has been literally talking about it, and she got an email notification with free rooms for like 5 days. And so she booked her room for WrestleMania without even knowing that she was going to go. Like nothing. She didn't know. She was just like putting it out in the universe that she was going to get there one way or another. She was going to get a WrestleMania 2026. And if it wasn't happening, she was going to cancel her rooms. whatever. She got one room, and I shouldn't say rooms, not plural. It's just singular. One room for her and Jason. But I told her, I was like, don't worry about us. Like, we'll figure it out if we're going to go. I was like, Mom, but we have to see about the tickets, because last year when I was looking, I was in the queue with 32,000 other people, and the tickets were ridiculously expensive for like the nosebleeds, and I'm not paying for it. So when the deal is too good, sometimes you just got to do it. And I did it. And I did confirm with Alvaro first. I'm like, yes or no? And he's like, yes. And then I told him, he was like, that's for 4 people. I was like, yeah. So now we're looking for airline tickets and where we're going to stay. So, yeah. And I could not keep that secret in. I had to tell her immediately. So one thing my mom doesn't know, and she doesn't listen to podcasts. She doesn't even know. She's like, I don't even know where to find them. She literally has our Spotify like family account, and she doesn't know that she can listen to, she likes the YouTube stuff. So she'll listen to the Spotify on YouTube. So that's where she's listening to like the Cody Rhodes or the Stephanie McMahon, shit like that. She likes the YouTube version of podcasts. And so, I guess that's where she would find it. But I have my mom again this year as my Secret Santa, or like I'm her Secret Santa. So I'm going to buy her maybe a t-shirt, and that's it, and say, well, you get to go to WrestleMania. So I needed to tell her, one, because I knew that it would be very exciting for her, but also for me. Like, it brings me joy making people's dreams come true, I guess, if you want to say that, if you will. No, it's just, I get really excited, like making people happy. And so like, it makes me, it's a nice thing. I don't do it for myself. I do it to see the joy in others. Like it's not like, oh my God, like I'm going to get all this praise. It has nothing to do with that. It's just, I truly love seeing other people happy. And so I knew that, one, if I didn't tell her that she was going to cancel the room, that was my main concern. And 2, like, something to look forward to, like we all have shit going on in our lives, and it's just nice to have something that you've been talking about for almost a year now, and like it's becoming a reality because someone that loves you is making it so. Like, I don't know. So we're on the phone. I'm talking to her because I'm like, I can't wait. And it's 8:30. It's past my bedtime. Like, she calls me, or like I call her and she's like, oh, what are you doing still up? And I'm like, oh, I just wanted to see how she had had a job interview for another, fabric store. And so I wanted to start off with like asking her how it went and like all this stuff. And then I was like, well, now you get to make your Cody Rhodes jacket. And she's like, no, I don't know if I'm going to make it, because she loves Cody Rhodes jacket. Like every single time he comes out with a new one, every single style, she's like, I like that one better than the last. I like, oh, I love that. And blah, blah, blah. She starts talking about how she wants to make the jacket and, whatever. And so I said, well, now you can finally make your Cody Rhodes jacket now that you're going to be working in specialty fabrics and like all of that stuff. Like, you're going to have full access to that, Tina. And then she was just like, no, when am I ever going to wear it? Who's going to see it? Like, I don't want to make it just for nothing. And then I go, well, you can wear it in April. And it was just silent for a second. She goes, what? And I go, yeah, you can wear it in April. And she's like, no way. And she just started crying, you guys, like crying on the phone. She was like, no way. Are we really going? I'm like, yeah, we're really going. And then I'm getting all teary eyed and I'm trying to, keep it together. But like literally my mom was crying on the phone because she was just so excited that she's now finally on the road to WrestleMania. It's going to be so fun. Like, we're already talking about it. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And like I told my mom, I was like, if Jason doesn't want to go, I have someone else who would be more than happy to take his place. Like, I'm being honest, like, so I'm like, but the kid has to let us know, because what 19-year-old gets to tell people in his lifetime, oh, I went to WrestleMania when I was 19. Who gets to fucking say that shit? I know I didn't. This kid has got to do so much more than I did as a child. But hey, I'm an adult now. I can pay my own way, and I am doing anything and everything that I want to do, okay? So, because we have this one life. So I'm on my road to WrestleMania, y'all. Vegas 2026. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I keep telling Alvaro, or I keep asking him, like, have you told anybody? He's like, no, I haven't told anybody. And I'm like, oh my God, well, spoiler alert, people are going to find out when this comes out that we are going to WrestleMania, and I'm fucking excited for it. Like, I don't even know. I'm telling you, the right-hand man, Jey Uso's coming back. There's some feelings about that. There is definitely some feels going on. Like, when you're watching Raw, it's just like, what's Jey doing now? And then Jimmy, of course, is like, I'm the big brother. I'm going to be yo, and I'm like, dude, get on. Whatever, Jimmy. Jey is my favorite twin, okay? There always has to be a favorite twin. I'm sorry, but like, except for the Bellas, like, I never watched them. I don't really like them. Like, okay, whatever. My mom loves Nikki Bella. She's like, I don't know. I really love her intro. I'm thinking, you like Nikki Bella's intro? She goes, yeah, I like her song. Whatever. I don't know, but oh my God, AJ Lee is back. I don't know who she is, but like, I've seen clips of her, like, talking trash to the other wrestlers. Like, I guess that was her thing. Like, she was really good at cutting promos, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, she just told people how it was, and that's great. Love that. And my mom's like, I don't know, I think I kind of like AJ Lee. Does that mean I have to like CM Punk? I'm like, no. She's like, I don't know, like, I'm conflicted. Do I have to start liking CM Punk? I'm like, no, you do not need to start liking CM Punk. You can literally just like AJ, and that is fine. She goes, I don't know. And again, my mom goes, I think it's because she has the spider. And I'm like, oh my God. Her and her damn spiders, you guys. Like, my mom loves spiders. She could talk about spiders all day long. She sends me like little things of like, you know, obviously like AI spiders, like holding up signs of like, stop the hate, stop the squishing hate. Oh, I spit on my microphone. Nice job. But like, yeah, like she just like sends me these things of like, stop squishing us. And I'm just like, oh my God. And like, oh, she's like, I love my spiders. I love seeing them. And like, you know, whatever. It's fine. To each our own. It's like people who really love snakes. I don't mind snakes. I really don't. I feel like if I was to see one in person, no, I used to catch gardener snakes all the time. Like, I literally used to go out in the, like, whenever I would see them, I'd pick them up and like play with them. You know, I've been bitten by one, and that fucking hurt. I was just like, ooh, maybe not. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Sorry. Like, you know, and that was a big gardener snake. Oh yeah, but I got bit. They have no teeth. If they do, they're really tiny. I don't know, but I got bit by one, and I was like, ow, that hurt. And like, I haven't seen one since, but yeah, so that's what I have going on. It's been pretty busy. It's been nice. Alvaro's at my dad's right now, or my parents, and they're working on something. I don't know. Alvaro is starting his hunting season, so that'll be fun. I'll have lots of alone time, which would be kind of nice. Nice to have like our separate things that we like to do. I do love that about us, is that we can do things. I have like, so real quick before I let y'all go, because we've been talking for 52 minutes. So one thing that I was thinking about doing is I want to be better about hanging out with friends that I'm always like, oh, let's get together, let's hang out, la da da da. So I think what I'm going to start doing is in like the current month, planning for maybe the next month or two. I'm a planner, you guys. Like, that's just how I am. Yes, I have weekends where I'm like, we're just going to go with the flow. Like today, we're just going with the flow. And there was no plan to actually go to my parents' house when my mom got off work, but we're going. So, you know, that's fine. And so I think what I want to start doing is start looking at my calendar and seeing what weekends would be good to have like a family dinner, have a get together with friends, like with Alvaro and I, which mainly is like, let's hang out with Jess and Anthony. Okay, let's be honest and realistic here. Alvaro and I hang out with Jess and Anthony. But then also like a weekend for Alvaro and I to go and hang out with our own friends. So like, if that means I get to hang out with Shane or like a couple of my other friends that it's just us gals, you know, like that would be fun. And then also an event for like Alvaro and I to go do, which I am going to do a 5K with my friend Nicholas on October 25th. It's called the Great Pumpkin Run, and it's where you get to dress up for Halloween. So I'm going to do that with him. It's me, Alvaro, and my brother. And I'm really excited because we get to meet up with my friend Nicholas. I'm so excited. So like something like that, like have like a Sunday fun day, if you will, or like maybe a 5K. I do want to continue doing 5Ks. Like just doing that Ladybug run in July, it was a lot of fun. It was a really great experience. Just the community that's based around it. It was just wonderful. It was just, everyone was so positive. Everyone was cheering for each other. Like it was just beautiful. And so I want to do more. And I did ask Alvaro, I was like, is that something that we have to do together, or can I go and do them by myself, or like maybe with my family? He goes, yeah, whatever you want to do. I did tell him, I was like, maybe we should invite some of like his cousins who kind of are maybe 10 years older than us, like within the like 10-year range or whatever. It doesn't matter the age. Okay. If you want to go and do a 5K, like extending kind of like a, hey, here's an idea, or like an invite of like, would you guys want to do this 5K? Like, I know his cousin, the one that I am going to send a letter to, I know she would be down to do it because she loves doing like family stuff. So like me, her daughters, like Alvaro, like, and whoever wants to join, like that would be so much fun to do like a family one. Like, I don't know, like even if it's like every 6 months or once a year, like how fun would that be? So I'm kind of like thinking of all these things of like getting back together and seeing people that I actually do miss talking to and seeing. So yeah, I'm just, and then also like maybe recording my podcast episodes on a Friday evening. So then that way I have the weekend to do what I want to do versus like recording them on a Saturday or Sunday and then having them up on Tuesday. I want to try also like schedule it. Cause again, like if I don't schedule time, I'm not going to do it. So then like also scheduling time, like even after work, if I'm motivated to, like on my work from home days, like spending an hour, no more, maybe 30 to 60 minutes on editing videos. Like, I don't know, like something, because something like little time is better than nothing at all. Like I've taken the time to like remove the footage off of my SD card and my, you know, like the storage on my camera, but like I haven't done anything else with it. And I want to, like, I do want to, like, I have this like funny video that I did when I went and got my filling. They had like, I had a really small filling that they wanted to, you know, get ahead of. And so it's been like, I mean, since high school, since I've had a filling. And so like that whole experience, like I'm literally recording myself on my way home. I'm driving and I'm just talking and I start like touching my face because, you know, the numbing is happening. I'm making funny faces and I'm like, what is my lip doing? Like shit like that. It's just, you know, it's funny. Wait, why did I bring that up? How did I bring that up? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Why did I bring that up? Oh, my videos. Yes, like I want to start editing them. Silly. That's why I don't edit these ones. I leave them as they are because I want this to feel like an actual natural conversation with a friend. Like you're hanging out with someone. You're hanging out with Martha, you know? Like this is how it is. Random conversations. I get, you know, I go over here and then I'm like, wait, what was I talking about? That's all real. That truly is real. I'm like, oh, I know what I was talking about. Like that's very much real. That is. But anyways, it's time to go. We've been talking for almost an hour and I really enjoy doing this. Like I truly do. And I always tell everybody, if you really want to make a podcast, do it because it is awkward at first to be talking to yourself, looking at a camera by yourself. You know, like I'm literally alone with my dog here sitting next to me. I'm literally talking to no one, but at the same time, I'm talking to you, like all of you. So I don't know. I guess you just have to shift your mindset that you actually are talking with friends. They're just not here with you right now, which if someone ever said that to me, I'm like, are you okay? Do you hear voices in your head? No, I'm, you know, no. I'm just talking. We're hanging out. So anyways, if you've made it this far, as always, I appreciate everyone and anyone who's listening. And I'm on my way to WrestleMania. I'm on the road to WrestleMania. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.